Well, after a year of drought and wildfires in Montana, members of their state's Department of Agriculture are in Washington, where they're anxious to hear commitments from the administration on protecting agricultural trade. Sarah Mock has more from the nation's capital.
Well, representatives from state departments of agriculture from across the country, and particularly in the West, are here in Washington this week to fight for their priorities in 2018 and beyond. We're lucky to be joined by Ben Thomas, the Director of Agriculture for the state of Montana. Ben, what are the top priorities for Montana farmers that you're working on here in Washington this week?
Well, looking at the past year, what producers are concerned about is the weather and commodity prices. Those things aren't really in anyone's control. Something that is in our control is trade agreements. People can advocate for more market access for our world quality goods.
Montana had a tough year in 2017 between wildfires and drought, lots of challenges for farmers. There's a bill currently in the Senate for disaster relief. Being able to talk to lawmakers and federal partners here, any word on more support for folks in Montana after a challenging year in 2017?
I think we'll provide most assurance is that if we get a farm bill in place in time before this one expires, because within the farm bill you have crop insurance, which is really the foundation of that financial security during rough times. I think it's been huge for our industry, both in Montana, but also around the country for expanding market access. But we do want something a little bit more. In Montana, we grow the highest quality grains in the world, and close to 80% of that is exported, most of that to Asia. Each dollar doesn't go quite as far as infrastructure as it may in other small states. So we always want to see those roadways improve, those irrigation systems improve. I hope we see an infrastructure package that works for those very, very rural states, because I know what doesn't work in Montana is toll roads and things like that. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what's out there.
Absolutely. Some hopeful words to end on there. Thanks again to Ben Thomas joining us as the Director of the State Department of Agriculture in the state of Montana. We'll have more updates for you from the NASDA Winter Policy Conference here in Washington, D.C. Until then, back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Sarah. Trade and export promotion continue to be top agenda items for NASDA members. Their data shows that agricultural exports supported 1.1 million full-time U.S. civilian jobs, including 800,000 in the non-farm sector.